Yo, what is good YouTube? I'm Richie Kim, and today I'm going to be bringing you all the performance review on the Nike Kyrie Flytrap 5. Before we get started, if you all enjoy sneaker content just like this, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below, and please hit that bell notification button so you never miss another video just like this. But anyways, let's get right into it. As always, starting off with the traction, the Kyrie Flytrap 5 features the exact same traction pattern as the Kyrie Flytrap 4, and what you're going to get is like this wavy, almost like modified herringbone traction pattern. And just like in the Flytrap 4, I would say that the traction is pretty good. If you are playing on your above average to really clean courts, you really won't have any problems. However, if you are playing on your dustier courts, you will have to wipe because this traction does pick up dust. And I would say you will have like a couple good bites, but if you keep continuously playing without wiping, you're going to slide to a stop, and those slides are going to get bigger and bigger the more you don't wipe. So that is just something to keep in mind. But like I said, if you're playing on above average to really clean courts, you really won't have any issues. This is the exact same traction pattern from the Kyrie Flytrap 4. I feel like it's the same rubber compound or something too, because it performs pretty much exactly the same. So moving on to the cushion setup, the cushion is straight out of the Flytrap 4 as well. What you're going to get is what I believe to be a full-length Phylon midsole with a zoom unit in the forefoot. And pretty much like every other Kyrie model, the Phylon in here is not nice. It's definitely not the hardest Phylon, but it definitely isn't the softest either. It's very, very stiff. If you're looking for a lot of impact protection, this is definitely not the way to go. So that is just, one thing to keep in mind. The Phylon is very, very stiff. The zoom unit in the forefoot, just like in the Flytrap 4 though, you can feel it. It's a very, very subtle bounce that you get from that zoom unit. It's definitely not like a big zoom unit or anything like that. But yeah, this cushion setup is definitely catered to people who want to be more quick on the feet, want to have that responsive cushion. But if you want a lot of impact protection, this isn't the way to go. But if you want to feel very quick, then this has got you covered. So moving on to the materials, the Kyrie Flytrap 5 features a mesh material, and I would say that this mesh honestly feels a little bit better than the Flytrap 4. The Flytrap 4 felt very cheap. Don't get me wrong, this feels pretty damn cheap too, but it does feel a little bit better. You can see that there isn't plastic covering this mesh, which is kind of nice. However, as you do move towards the back and middle part of the shoe, you will come across these layers of fuse, which are here for added durability and structure of the shoe. And then specifically in the midfoot portion right here, you do have this screen mesh that's coated in plastic as well. And then as you move towards the back, you do just have a regular textile material. So yeah, the materials on here aren't the most premium in terms of the quality, but in terms of the performance, it actually gets the job done just fine. As you move towards the tongue, you do have an open mesh tongue, and this tongue is extremely thin, very, very, very minimal padding. But the good thing about this shoe, at least to make up for the lack of padding in the shoe, is you do get these nice wide flat laces. So if you do like to crank down your laces, it won't be digging into your foot and causing you a lot of pain. Overall, from a material standpoint, it is definitely not the most premium materials, but in terms of the performance, it gets the job done just fine. So moving on to the fit, I went true to size in the Flytrap 5, and I'm a slightly wide footer. And I'm gonna let you all know now, if you have slightly wide feet or anything wider than that, I would suggest you all go up a half size, because going true to size is definitely not the way to go. You're gonna have a lot of pressure in the lateral portion of the shoe, actually maybe in the medial portion as well. This just overall fit in here is extremely tight, and because of how this shoe is constructed, all this hard plastic or hard fuse right here, it really does not stretch. So getting your foot into the shoe is an overall pain in the ass, but even after continually wearing it, it just really starts to destroy your feet. So yeah, slightly wide footers and above, definitely go up a half size. For everyone else, I think you all should be good going true to size. Outside of that specific fit issue for myself, I would actually say that the overall fit in here is pretty good. There is a slight amount of dead space up in the toe box area, but not to the point where it's bothersome or anything like that. Everything does hug your foot very nicely. You do actually have these like crossover loops that go across the tongue. You know, your laces actually go through them, and they're supposed to be here to like kind of suck your foot into the shoe even more when you crank up your laces. I wouldn't say it really does that. It honestly probably does, but I just really can't notice the difference between like this and, you know, the lacing system from the Flytrap 4. It honestly feels the same, which is fine because, you know, you do have a very nice fitting shoe. And then in the heel, you do have like a nice heel sculpting, not the most padding, but still I would say the fit is really good. So yeah, overall, besides the, you know, the narrowness of the shoe, I would say that the fit in the Flytrap 5 is good. So moving on to the support, I didn't have any issues in the Flytrap 5. Like I mentioned earlier, you do have some decent heel sculpting. You do have an internal heel counter. I didn't have any heel slippage at all. I didn't have any side-to-side movement on the footbed. You do actually sit inside of this midsole a little bit, this rubber right here, so your foot really isn't going anywhere. Also, you know, just the materials in general, it's very fuse heavy, so your foot is not sliding around. In terms of that lateral stability on those hard lateral movements, it's not the widest base, but I didn't have any issues of like rolling over or anything, and that's even considering, you know, how like rounded this outsole is. Just, you know, pretty much all Kyries are like this nowadays. But yeah, I didn't have any issues for lateral stability. And then, you know, for torsional rigidity and stability, I would say it's fairly stiff. Definitely not the most stiff, but I'd say you're pretty covered there as well. In terms of the support, you know, it's definitely nothing special, but it's definitely got you covered where you want it. So yeah, overall, I would say that the support in the Flytrap 5 is really good. So the Flytrap 5 retails for $90, and for $90, you know, personally, I can't recommend it just because of the fit issue and the cushion. I prefer my shoes to have more cushion just because, you know, my legs and knees are going to be aching after playing in this shoe for a while. So yeah, definitely something more cushiony for me is what I like. But yeah, you know, if you all don't mind like a more stiff cushion, you want more responsiveness, or you're just, you know, you want a really good cheap shoe, I would say go for it. You know, it's definitely not a bad performer or anything like that. Just some things for me, I really can't, you know, get over, mainly the fit and the cushion. But everything else is perfectly fine. I would also stay away from the shoe if you are playing on like really dusty courts, just because of the dust pickup and how much you will have to wipe in order to maintain any sort of traction. But honestly, like I said, outside of that, you know, pretty solid shoe, really cheap, only $90. So if you all wanted to pick up a pair of these, I would say go for it. But me personally, I probably won't be wearing these anymore after this review. That's pretty much it for this performance review. If y'all like this video, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button down below and hit that bell notification button so you never miss another video just like this. Also, please hit the thumbs up button for me, as it really does help me out. Check out this video on my left and on my right, and that's pretty much it. Until next time, peace.